Over 2,500 years ago, in the mountains of southern Greece, there was a city unlike any other. A city built not for wealth, not for art, but for war. This was Sparta. While other Greek cities focused on trade and philosophy, Sparta had one goal: create the strongest soldiers the world had ever seen. That transformation began in the 7th century BCE, after a series of brutal wars. The Spartans realized that survival depended on discipline, unity, and absolute military power. So they redesigned their entire society around one idea. Every Spartan is a warrior. At age 7, boys were taken from their families and thrown into the agoge, a brutal military training program. They learned to fight, endure pain, survive on little food, and obey without question. Weakness wasn't allowed. Comfort wasn't allowed. Only strength, loyalty, and discipline. By the time a Spartan reached adulthood, he wasn't just a soldier. He was part of an elite machine. This system created the hoplites, Spartan warriors armed with bronze helmets, long spears, and massive shields. But their real power wasn't equipment. It was their formation, the phalanx, a wall of shields moving as one. If one Spartan broke formation, the entire line collapsed. So they never broke. Their greatest test came in 480 BCE at the Battle of Thermopylae, when King Leonidas and 300 Spartans stood against the massive Persian Empire. While they ultimately fell, their stand slowed the Persian advance and inspired all of Greece to unite. Sparta became legendary, not because they won every battle, but because they feared nothing. Over time, their strict society began to crack. Their population shrank. Other Greek cities modernized. Sparta stayed frozen in its old ways. And eventually, the empire that lived by discipline fell to a world that changed faster than they could. But their legacy remains. A society that built warriors from childhood. A culture that valued courage above life itself. A name that, thousands of years later, still means toughness, discipline, and fearless strength. This was Sparta, the city that turned its people into legends.